Hey, Mike Caldwell, the Marketing Medic here, and I just wanted to go over really briefly the 5 elements that you need to consider when you're building a marketing funnel. Okay, the first thing any funnel needs is its traffic. I'm not going to go too much into traffic here. All you really need to know about traffic is it needs to be paid traffic. Your ads need to be consistent with your landing page. All right, so for example, if I had an ad for free beer, then I'm going to get tons of traffic to my page. But if my page is for weight loss, then I'm going to make 0 conversions. All right. So whatever you're offering on your page has to be consistent for what you're offering in the ad. And at the same time, you don't want to confuse anybody. So you want to keep the colors and the overall design the same on the ad as you have on your landing page. All right. So if you've got a black and white landing page, then you don't want a super colorful ad because people are going to get confused when they go from a super color ad to a black and white landing page. So try to use similar copy, try to use similar images, and just again make sure that the offer on the landing page is aligned with the offer in the paid ad. All right. So that's all I'm going to say about traffic. The next thing is, now we're onto the page, is the 4 things you need there are the first thing is you need to have a funnel thesis. So for that, what do you want your visitor to believe after they're finished looking at your funnel? All right, what do you want them to believe? So if you're in the weight loss space, then you want them to believe that your supplement or your fitness program or whatever is better than all the other programs, and your program is going to help your customer lose weight. All right, so that's the thesis for a weight loss funnel. Now, in order for somebody to believe your thesis, they're going to have some sub-beliefs. So you have to address those sub-beliefs. And the way I look at that is, if I said, hey, you should try out my exercise program, I'm going to like a stranger, I'm going to think about what sort of responses I'm going to get from them. Okay, and most people are resistant, right? It's just natural, especially online, because there's so many scams, there's so much suspicion out there. So if you've got a weight loss program, then why aren't they going to want to just jump in and join your weight loss program? Okay, so they've got to know, like they might think that, oh, it's not going to work for me because I don't have enough time to do it. You know, I don't have 2 or 3 hours a day to spend on the thing. Well, then you've got to show that in 30 minutes that you can get them into this zone that's going to have them burning fat for the rest of the day. Okay. And if you've got a supplement, you got to show that it's healthy and it's going to curb their cravings, and they're not going to have to use a whole lot of willpower because it decreases cravings or whatever, right? So you're gonna have to think about why the person's gonna say no, that wouldn't work for me, and you've got to address those arguments on this page. So once you've addressed all their resistance and all their arguments, then that's gonna help them buy into your overall thesis. All right. I like to give the example of you being a prosecutor, charging somebody for murder. You want the jury to believe that the defendant is guilty of murder, and so you can't just say, look at him, he did it. You've got to prove it. You've got to address their sub beliefs. So you got to prove that the guy had motive. You got to prove that the guy had opportunity. You got to prove that the guy had the physical ability to create the murder. So with the sub beliefs, you want to create logical but emotional arguments that are going to address their concerns and then help them buy into your overall thesis. All right. Then the third thing you need on your page is an offer. Okay. So you need an offer that is useful to them. It's got to be unique. If it can be ultra specific, that helps a lot too. And also another good thing is a sense of urgency. All right. So keep in mind, it's got to be useful and unique. So again, going back to the weight loss thing, if you said, learn my 5 secrets to weight loss, okay, that's useful if they work. But what's unique about that? If I went into Google and typed in, 5 tricks to weight loss, I'm going to have like 736 pages of 5 tricks to weight loss, right? So there's nothing unique about that. There's no reason that I should give you my email when I could get that information super easy on Google for free. All right. And then the last thing you want to do, the 4th thing, is a big idea. The big idea ties all this together, ties together your big idea, ties together your sub beliefs. If you've got a unique mechanism, then it'll tie that in. It's got to be something different that captures attention and builds some curiosity. Okay, so let me go through my marketing medic funnel and I'll show you how I've addressed those 4 steps with my funnel. Okay, so every funnel I build, and I actually start with what we call a squeeze page. Okay, some funnels just start with a squeeze page, and that's everything above the fold. And what above the fold is if you're on a desktop computer, everything you see on your screen when you reach the page, that's above the fold. Okay, so the very first thing you're gonna have is you're gonna have your headline, which is your big idea. So my big idea is that 12 years of paramedic experience taught me that it's the ABCs that saves lives, and a similar primary assessment can also be used to revive your sick or lifeless sales funnel. Okay, so that's my big idea. I'm not saying, because my thesis is that I can help either build a profitable sales funnel for you, or I can fix the one that you currently have. That's my thesis, that I can help you have a profitable sales funnel. Okay, so in my big idea, I talk about me being a paramedic and learning the ABCs, and how I've now applied that primary assessment to your sick or lifeless sales funnel. So that builds some curiosity there. Okay, it kind of gets you thinking like, oh, what does this guy know? Like, how's he applying this stuff? It makes you want to learn more. If I just said like, I've been fixing funnels for 3 years, let me fix yours. Like, there's nothing unique about that at all. There's tons of offers like that out there, and there's no curiosity. There's no reason to think that I'm better than anybody else. All right, so that's my big idea that supports my thesis that I can fix your sick or broken sales funnel. And then my offer, you get to download the very same 8-page standard operating procedure checklist that I used to get a 34.6 times return on investment for my client's $300 ad spend. Okay, so that is super useful. It's a checklist. People love checklists, and I've used it to get a 34.6 times return on investment. That's very specific. That tends to make people believe that that's a real number. I didn't say like I can get a 10 times return on investment or 20 times or 50 times, because those are just numbers I pulled out of the air. This looks like I did the math, and it was actually 34.6 times their ROI. Okay, now if you went to Google to research this, if you Googled like 8-page checklist to get a profitable marketing funnel, you're probably not going to find anything. And if you scale down even further to find a checklist that gave you a checklist that would give you a 30 times or greater return on investment checklist, you're not going to find that at all. So this is a very unique checklist they can't find anywhere else. And if they want it, the only way they're going to get it is by giving me their email address. Okay. And then over here, I have a video, which basically I'm going to say everything else that I'm going to show you in this page here. All right. So what I try to do is create a squeeze page above the fold. So all my prospect needs is this information. But if they're still, not convinced, then they can scroll down, and this is where I hit their sub-beliefs. So for me, the sub-beliefs that I have dealt with is, the first is that people have to trust me. Second, people have to believe that my system works. And 3, they have to believe that my system will actually work for them. So the first thing I did is to address their trust in me. So I wrote this letter on this piece of parchment, kind of try to give it a more personal feel, where I just sort of tell my story to get people to know who I am and where I came from, and why I do what I do. And then over here, I've got a photo of me in front of the helicopter. So I clearly was a flight paramedic. And then over here, I've got a video of me doing the firefighter combat challenge. So that also proves that I was a firefighter. And luckily for me, firefighters and paramedics, they're just like a trusted profession. So I sort of get to borrow from my past life to build trust into what I'm doing now. All right. So that's the trust in me. And then we come down here and trust in my product. So here I've got testimonials, right? So I've got a testimonial from Russell Brunson. He's the guru of all gurus. He says I'm pretty awesome. So that carries some weight. And then over here, I've got a video interview with my client that I took the $300 in Facebook advertising and turned it into $10,380 in their first month. Like the clients themselves, they say that. So that certainly proves that my system works. And then down here, I've got a testimonial from Survivor Man. Basically, he just says I'm awesome. So that's fun. It doesn't really have anything to do with marketing, but I just thought it was cool that Survivor Man thinks I'm a good guy. And then over here, I've got my radio interview that I did for Clickfunnels. And if Clickfunnels is going to take the time to interview me, then I must, have something going for me. All right. So this section here proves that my product works. And then down here, like up here, I show how I took $300 and turned it into $10,000 for a boot camp gym. But what if you're like an HVAC salesman? You're trying to get leads for HVAC, or you're a hypnotherapist, or you're, you've got some information product on pain management or something like that, right? What are you going to do? Am I going to be able to help you for that? So here I just ask you some simple question. The Marketing Medic standard operating procedure can help you if you answer yes below. Do you have a business that sells products or services? Of course, you're going to answer yes, right? Does your business require customers? Well, yes. Do your customers spend any time on the internet? Yes. All right. So if you answer those questions, then I can help you. Down here, if you answer yes to any of these questions, I can't help you. So does your business already have more high quality, loyal, repeat customers than it can handle? Well, if you've got too many customers already, then I can't help you. All right. Do your clients have not have access to the internet? Do they not spend any time online? Well, if they don't spend any time online, they don't have access to the internet. Well, then I can't help you there either. All right. And then down here, I got these certifications from Clickfunnels, so I thought I'd throw them up here just to build a bit more trust and credibility. And so that's my funnel that starts with the big idea. It's got an offer. My thesis is very clear that I can fix funnels, and then I've got the sub-beliefs addressed here. All right, so that is the approach I take when I'm building a funnel, and that's the approach I take when I'm building the funnels of all my clients as well. So hope that helps you out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.